And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And this carries into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Time with Austin Eckler. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Draw play. It's Eckler. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss.
Back at the 18-yard. You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stop for a loss.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17.
Josh Jacobs.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. Just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total scary. All the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, the ball.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Chargers' 28-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Carr trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's back here with Murray. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big one there for the Chargers. Give him 58 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams.
Herbert.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down. Out of the gun, Herbert got a man. It's Allen for the Charger touchdown.
Herbert's pass complete.
Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
the timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception.
And now look at him go. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry runs 75 yards. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
At the 30.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalized.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Eckler, the ball carrier. The tackle made by Jonathan Abram. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
7-7, our score after 1.
7-yard line.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 14-7. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line.
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Got an open man. It's Rhodes. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. It's a big play there for Vegas. 46 yards. What a game it's been for this duo. And it is caught. It's Ruggs. Touchdown, Vegas. Henry Ruggs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Herbert. And the Raiders have got him. Raekwon McMillan, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Operating from the gun, Herbert got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams.
Complete to Mike Williams.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Herbert off of play action. It's complete. Henry. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
First down.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jalen Richard now on the return. And he's going to be out of bounds here on the return at his own 2-yard line. Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to...
Only able to get it to the 2-yard line on his return. Not going to make a lot of friends on your team when you only get it that far.
To throw from his end zone. Carr, throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
on 2nd down now. It's Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a carry for Jacobs. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Raiders trying on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And all the way down to the 35. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun, Herbert. Allen has it, left side. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Complete to Keenan Allen.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Again, Herbert. He's got his man. It's Williams. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead works its way up to 10. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the 3rd quarter started. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
The tackle by Melvin.
It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. at the 8-yard.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr. Reception here by Ruggs. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, 92 yards. And the Raiders are back within a score. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy call.
The Charger drive about to get going. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
Herbert's pass.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And right side, Henry's got it. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Under Henry. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd.
Herbert on 3rd down now. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
A gain of 7.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's going to look for it. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And he hits him in stride. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
The throw complete here to Williams. zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
25-yard line.
And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8.
At the 40.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
Williams loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Recovered by the defense.
These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
So after the fumble recovery, it's called. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Running is Jacobs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Carter completes it, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry runs 38 yards. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season.
Second down.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. Herbert. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
And it's third.
The Chargers on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, Herbert. Henry's got it. Out on the left side. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 20.
Henry Ruggs and the Raiders set to go back to work. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Finding room at the 30, and he's got the hook up to Ruggs.
Take off your helmet and give me a hit.
He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs, 85 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it. But think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. On first down, it's Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Max Crosby has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Allen's got it over the middle. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. On first down, Justin Herbert. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Herbert back to the air. And the Raiders have got him. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 14 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having... And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. 25-yard. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares?
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd down.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. Open man, it's Allen. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Herbert's pass.
Keenan Allen, 81 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit.
For the extra point.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A run on 1st down with Jacobs as he'll get this forward for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Carr going to look to throw.
That's what it is, baby. That's what it is.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Operating from the gun. Herbert, short pass caught by Henry. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They have the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down. Herbert throwing again. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Got an open man. It's Rhodes. And take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Rhodes, 35 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. It's third and long. It's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Jonathan Abram able to make the play defensively. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a fair catch is taken here a step or two inside the 45-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Defense. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Reception here by Rhodes. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Rhodes, 32 yards. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Las Vegas,